Italy's new Trieste LHD. The delivery of the LHD Trieste represents a key moment in the national shipbuilding and defense industry history, being the largest military vessel built since the end of the Second World War, and for the most capable platform built under the latest Italian Navy's fleet renewal program, which saw the construction of 7 Thaon di Revel-class MPCS PPA in different configurations, the Vulcano LSS Logistic Support Ship, the 2 UNPAV high-speed Special Forces support vessels and the Trieste itself. With the latter delivery, Fincantieri has expanded its portfolio of larger naval platforms, today centered on the Cavour STOVL aircraft carrier, positioning itself among the small group of worldwide shipbuilders capable to deliver such capability. With a €1.19 billion contract awarded in June 2015 by the Italian MOD's Naval Directorate of Armaments NAVARM to the Temporary Industrial Consortium led by Fincantieri Shipbuilder as agent and Leonardo as principal, Combat System Prime and Integrator and main subcontractor alongside MBDA Italia and ELT Group, also including 5+5 years logistic and in-service support. The first steel took place in July 2017 and the ship launch was celebrated on May 2019 at Castellammare di Stabia near Naples. The ship was then transferred to Muggiano shipyard near La Spezia for the outfitting completion and harbor and sea acceptance tests and trials, under the program survey and contribution of NAVARM and the Italian Navy's new constructions and outfitting center Marinals, the latter also providing crew familiarization, before the official handover on last November 15, allowing sailing activities by the Marina Militare personnel. It is a ship designed to be flexible, sustainable, and interoperable with a wide range of assets, at joint armed forces, interagency, and international level, being also capable of embarking up to 20 F-35B aircraft. It has a very advanced medical capacity and, thanks to its modular mission suite, can provide support for humanitarian and disaster relief operations in distant and difficult-to-access areas, Admiral Credendino said, remarking the significant potential for growth and adaptation to the evolution of operational needs and the technological updating of its different payloads, including aerial, surface and underwater unmanned vehicles. The flagship of our amphibious capability represented by the LHA Garibaldi, which was docked nearby for the event, leaves the baton to the LHD Trieste, retiring from the fleet operational frontline. The Garibaldi has been the first STOVL aircraft carrier of Italian Navy, opening the way to the establishing of the embarked fixed-wing component group here and has written memorable pages for Italy's defense, highlighted Admiral Credendino, referring to the ship operations in Somalia with Italian Army and Navy's helicopters and AV-8B Harrier II+ in 1995, in the Adriatic Sea participating to Operation Allied Force over Kosovo in 1999, in the Arabian Sea during Operation Enduring Freedom in 2001 with the AV-8B Harrier II+ equipped with lightning reconnaissance and targeting pod and laser-guided bombs flying missions over Afghanistan, in front of Lebanon during Operation Levant in 2006, in the Mediterranean Sea carrying out reconnaissance and air-to-ground operations during Libyan crisis, and more recently as amphibious assault and command and control platform with helicopters in the Mare Nostrum and northern waters for EU NATO sea power operations. With the delivery to the Italian Navy on December 7, LHD Trieste was immediately assigned to the 3rd Naval Division devoted to amphibious operations in support of San Marco Marine Brigade, becoming the flagship of the Amphibious Task Group ATG, said the ship commanding officer Francesco Marza to Naval News. Together with the IT Carrier Strike Group ITCSG headed by Cavour Carrier as flagship, the ATG makes up the Expeditionary Task Force ETF, the operational component of the Italian Navy fleet. The F-35B operational capability will be reached after the platform warranty works with dedicated systems installation by Fincantieri planned to be conducted from the third quarter of 2025, and the future certification of the ship and its systems by the F-35 Joint Program Office with an RFO ready for operations campaign in the US, which could occur from 2027. Although the Trieste LHD will be homeport in Taranto, it is temporarily assigned to the La Spezia Naval Base, where the crew will conduct the initial training and familiarization with the new platform and combat systems, being supported by Fincantieri and Leonardo in addition to other suppliers' personnel, to complete contractual activities. In the meantime, the ship capabilities will be tested under the supervision of the 3rd Naval Division to establish operational procedures and adjustments to amphibious operations doctrines, including the participation to main. The LHD Trieste is designed to support and provide command and control for the Capacità Nazionale di Proiezione dal Mare CNPM or National Projection from the Sea, together with other amphibious assets, and National Amphibious Force centered on the Italian Navy S. San Marco Marine Brigade and the Italian Army S. Lagunari Regiment, in addition to other selected same service S units. Italy also participates to SIAF-SILF Spanish-Italian Amphibious Force, Spanish-Italian Landing Force and the European Amphibious Initiative. The LHD Trieste can embark an amphibious force of 600 units among men and women with main battle tanks MBTs and wheeled vehicles, including the Ariete MBT and the VBA amphibious armored vehicle, exploiting the helicopters and landing crafts which can respectively operate over the horizon from the ship's flight and well decks. The ship can also provide medical support, potable water up to 70 cubic meters per day and electrical power ca 2500 kVA ashore for humanitarian disaster relief operations. With an overall length and beam of respectively 245-213.4 between perpendicular and 55 meters with working elevators, featuring a 230x36 m flight deck, a construction height of 27.7 meters, a draft of 9.1 m which becomes 11 m with the flooded well deck, and a full load displacement of 35,050 tons, 33,700 and 36,770 tons respectively in the amphibious, air operations and transport configurations. The new LHD has a full-length deck with a starboard positioned island based on 2 separated blocks, 2 lateral elevators connecting the flight deck with the hangar in the central stern area, hospital, accommodation, and CICC-4I facilities in the bow central areas in the upper and lower decks, and a stern well deck with forward heavy vehicles garage with lateral and stern ramps for respectively ground vehicles and landing craft in addition to ground vehicles. Weapon systems, fire control, and organic boats with davits are distributed over sponsons around and under the flight deck level, while main combat system and air traffic sensors are concentrated on the 2-block island. The latter features the ship's bridge and other platforms command and control on the forward block in addition to the main surveillance Cronid power shield radar, while the flight bridge and the communications and EU mast are accommodated on the rear block island. Certified by RENA Services according to the latest anti-pollution MARPOL and Green International rules, the new platform has wide accommodations and living spaces for a total of 1,064 personnel, the crew with around 435 units including the Flight Operations Department ca 75 units, the rest being allocated to the amphibious force and the embarked air component crew, with a propulsion package in a Cotagol combined diesel or gas or electric configuration based on 2 shafts with controllable pitch propellers CPP and rudders provided by Fincantieri, and gearboxes from Renks, centered on 2 Rolls-Royce MT-30 gas turbines each rated at 38 MW, 2 MAN 20 V3244 CR diesel engines rated at 12 MW each and 2 2.25 MW each General Electric power conversion reversible electric motors, totaling 76 MW power on 2 shafts. Electrical power generation package for both ship systems and propulsion is provided by 4 5.4 MW each MAN 9 L3244 CR gensets alongside the reversible electric motors. The propulsion and electrical power supply packages are accommodated in non-contiguous and separated compartments to enhance survivability. The platform is equipped with fixed stabilizing fins to ensure operations in high sea states and two bow and one stern thruster to facilitate operations in restricted waters. Thanks to the Coda-Goal configuration, the ship can reach a maximum speed of 25 knots on gas turbines, 18 knots on main diesels and 10 knots on electric motors, while the endurance is 7,000 nautical miles at 16 knots and the logistic endurance 30 days. Air, C4I, amphibious, transportation, and hospital capabilities of Trieste. With a length and max beam of respectively 230 and 36 m and a 7,400 square meters surface area, the flight deck presents a 12 degrees ski jump and 9 spots for takeoff and landing, 6 on the port and 3 on the starboard deck side. The latter include the forward SAR spot and 2 for emergencies for rotary and fixed-wing aircraft including A101, NH-90, CH-53, B-22, CH-47, AV-8B and F-35B air assets, and 240T lateral foldable elevators 14 x 15 m positioned on each side of the ship behind the 2 block island. The ship is also equipped with smaller ammunitions and medical elevators, 1 for each mission respectively, positioned behind and in front of the forward island block. The ship is equipped with a 107.8 x 25-21 m lengths beam hangar deck 5 with an overall 2,200 square meters surface and 7,8-10,7 m height, which can host both fixed wing and rotary wing platforms and maintenance activities or accommodate materiel and land vehicles. The latter can reach the hangar from the lower garage deck through an internal 4-ramp and a 40T elevator. The hangar is divided into 2 sections respectively, devoted mainly to parking up to 6 aircrafts and maintenance activities up to 2 aircrafts by fire barriers, and is characterized by 2 6-tons overhead rail cranes and 1 10-tons overhead crane for materiel movement and aircraft maintenance activities up to the 3rd level for helos such as engines replacement. Alternatively, the hangar can accommodate land vehicles for up to 530 linear meters. A extended flight bridge manages both flying and deck as well as hangar aircraft movement, while air planning, surveillance, and traffic control is managed by a dedicated center and CIC consoles. Although the flight deck and hangar facilities has been conceived for operations with a range of manned rotary and fixed-wing platforms and unmanned air vehicles, the initial SHOL ship helicopter operations limits trials are planned to be conducted with Italian Navy SE-101 and NH-90 helicopter versions, while later on, interoperable activities are expected to be focused on Italian Army and Air Force platforms. Interestingly, Naval News was confirmed the LHD Trieste has facilities for command, control, and communications equipment for unmanned platform operations. The LHD Trieste will be the alternative platform to carry the F-35BS with an embarked air component which can reach up to 20 aircraft in addition to 2 SAR transport helicopter. The ship has been designed since the beginning to carry the 5th-generation STOVL aircraft with a thermal metal spray treatment of the flight deck, acoustic protection, and fitted for areas to accommodate the Special Access Program facilities SAPF and the Automatic Logistic Information System ALIS, in addition to equipment magazines and landing and navigation equipment. Italy's Parliament recently approved a program to allow the LHD Trieste to fully operate the F-35B. These activities are expected to be conducted by Fincantieri concurrently with the 1-year warranty work to be launched in the Q3 RD 2025. In addition to the security enhancements and equipment installation, the package will also include the Joint Precision Approach Landing System JPALS, the NSPN-41B and the Aircraft Inertial Alignment System AIAS. The LHD Trieste has extensive facilities to fulfill the command and control functions of complex amphibious operations as command. The core of the amphibious operations support facilities is Deck 7, which accommodates both the garage and well deck interconnected by a large ramp and 2 overhead rails with 2 5-tons trolleys each. Being flooded through water ballast and pumps, increasing the draft up to 2 m. The 50x15x10 m 750 square meters well deck has a mooring capacity of up to 4 new LC-23 LCMs landing craft mechanized built by Fincantieri Naval Vittoria o alternatively a single US LCAC landing craft air cushion or other allied and national landing assets. With an overall length and beam of respectively 23.8 and 6.6 m, the new LC-23s offer roll-on roll-off capabilities and are able to transport a maximum load of 65 tons or 1 Italian Army's Ariete main battle tank in alternative to 300 soldiers or 5 Linz light multi-role vehicles at a 13.5 knots maximum speed with maximum load with a crew of 4 in a protected steering station with navigation and communication equipment allowing over-the-horizon operations. The boat's organic capability is centered on 2 FFC-15 high-speed multi-role combat boats built by Baglietto Navy, in addition to 2 each 7.1 and 9.3 m RHIBs launched and recovered by stations on ship sponsons. The forward-positioned garage deck has a 900 square meters 55x19x6 m surface and up to 250 linear meters of parking for heavy vehicles up to the Ariete MBT and various materiel. The latter can be embarked from the well deck and the side deck ramps, each capable to handle the heaviest vehicles. For materiel movement from and to ashore, the ship is equipped with 2 30-tons cranes on the starboard ship side. In overall, the garage and hangar decks offer a combined 850 linear meters vehicle capacity, which alongside the flight deck space 350 linear meters can reach a total of 1,200 linear meters. The new assault ship can also carry 2,000 and 1,900 cubic meters of respectively F-76 and F-44 fuel types, in addition to ammunitions and potable waters. Platform, C4I and combat systems aboard Trieste. The LHD Trieste exploits the latest electronics and systems developments achieved with the LHD Naval's Fleet Renewal Program. The Integrated Platform Management System IPMS is based on the Fincantieri Next-Tech Navy New Generation product family, while Leonardo provides the latest generation SADOC Mk4 Command Management System CMS equipped with about 20 single large 43-inch touchscreen multifunction consoles and remotely based processing and data management centers, in addition to a command support system. An additional dozen consoles and 5 tactical tables provided by Leonardo together with Fincantieri Next-Tech and Martech are distributed among the main bridge, CIC, and other centers. Aside the 220 square meters CIC, are positioned the air planning and traffic management centers, as well as the facilities for unmanned system C2. Leonardo also provides the core of the extensive internal and external communications suite with software-defined radios, multiple data links processor link 11, 16, 22, VMF and JREAP, military and commercial multi-band SATCOMs, in addition to advanced cyber defense. In addition to an internal networking system INS, the integrated navigation suite includes GEM Electronica S2 Gemini dual-band radars. The integrated sensors suite by Leonardo includes the new 4 fixed faces X-band Starfire AESA radar with provision for the C-band radar of the DBR suite and the new generation L-band Cronus Power Shield early warning radar characterized by an AESA rotating antenna and fully digital architecture with digital beamforming for long-range surveillance, detection, and tracking of both air breath and ballistic missiles threats. These radars are integrated with the Leonardo SIR MPA IFF system equipped with conformal antenna, as well as the new generation EU suite by ELT Group based on an EU manager controlling radar electronic support measures, communication ESM, and radar electronic countermeasures systems. The EU suite is interfaced with Leonardo 2 ODLS-20 Otto Melara decoy launching system decoy launchers for air warfare and underwater defense. The LHD is also equipped with Leonardo Distributed Static Steering DDSIRSTEOIR suite alongside the SciTep Italia multi-role acoustic stabilized system with surveillance and non-lethal weapons acoustic cannon and laser dazzler suite, 2 turrets respectively distributed on the 2 block island and ship sponsons to provide a 360 degrees coverage. The air traffic and approach suite includes Leonardo SPN 720 solid state, low probability of intercept LPI naval precision approach radar, Thales Italia TACAN with lightweight electronically scanned antenna and Calzone visual landing aids. The JPALS, an SPN 41B, and the AIAS will be installed later on with other equipment for F-35B operations. 3 Leonardo 76 62mm Super Rapido multi-feeding gun mountings in the Strales configuration with dart-guided ammunition, controlled by the same number of